Okay, so today we're launching a deep dive into one of those really tempting online clothing stores you might see, Coachics. They specialize in women's linen apparel, kind of minimalist designs. And our mission here is pretty simple. Quickly break down this huge gap we see between how they present themselves, the glossy photos, the big 60–70% discounts,
Huh.
and what customers actually experience.
Okay, let's unpack that. Because Coachics is, well, it's a classic case study, really. We can use it to spot those consistent red flags,
Mhm.
when deals just look too good to be true. What are the signs?
Exactly. So you land on the Quishik site, and it looks, well, pretty high-end. Breezy dresses, flowy tops. They advertise linen or cotton blends. It kind of implies they're operating out of the U.S. or maybe Canada, right? Quality standards.
But then you look elsewhere.
Yeah, the minute you check customer feedback, like on Trustpoly, it's bad. The score is rock bottom. Almost entirely one-star reviews. Big disconnect.
And what's consistent in those reviews is this product quality deception. People saying what they got looked nothing like what was pictured. That's a direct quote often seen. So instead of that soft linen, thin, cheap synthetic fabric.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, often described specifically as shiny polyester printed to look like linen.
Wait, printed. So it's not just bad fabric, it's intentionally faked texture.
Precisely. It suggests a manufacturing choice, not an accident. It's about mass production, low cost. And reviewers mention all the classic signs. Sloppy stitching, weird sizing, sometimes no labels at all. One person actually said the dress looked like a caution version of the ad photo.
A caution version. Okay, so the clothes are disappointing, but I bet the real nightmare starts when you try to return that.
That's exactly where the model kicks in. The poor quality leads straight into the logistical hurdles they've set up. Customers trying to get refunds, often just offered tiny partial refunds, sometimes as low as 10%.
10%, seriously.
Or maybe a small coupon, if they agree to just keep the item.
That feels almost like an insult. Why not just say no refunds?
But that's the strategy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's clever, in a way. Look, that item might have cost them, what, $3? Maybe $5? Sourced from overseas. They offer you maybe $5 back on a $50 dress you paid for. Now you have to decide.
Right. Do I spend maybe $25–30 shipping this cheap thing back to China?
Exactly. Or do you just take the $5 and, throw the dress out? The partial refund is just enough friction to make most people give up. The seller keeps most of the money, avoids the return hassle, and you're stuck dealing with the disposal.
And that shipping cost reveals the truth behind their image, doesn't it? That North American vibe. Customers found out packages came from China, and returns had to go back there, overseas.
Yeah. And connecting this to the bigger picture, these customer complaints, they line up perfectly with what scam checking platforms found. Places like Scam Advisor, Grindoft,
Yeah.
they give these sites really low trust scores for a reason.
Okay, so what did those platforms find? You mentioned technical similarities to drop shippers.
A few key things. First, hidden ownership details. They use privacy services so you can't see who actually registered the website. Big red flag. Second, that mismatch you mentioned earlier. The site's really new, maybe only a year old. But the photos look super professional, like high-cost B-roll production quality. That tells you something. It suggests they didn't build a brand or a supply chain. They likely just bought, stock photos or copied them and slapped them onto a generic e-commerce template linked to overseas fulfillment. It's a pattern.
Beautiful photos, mass-produced cheap goods from far away, and then make returns a nightmare.
That's the playbook.
So wrapping this up, what's the key takeaway for you, the listener? It's about recognizing that pattern. The amazing photos, the huge discounts that seem constant, not temporary sales, leading to that quality deception, and those really difficult logistics like the partial refund trick.
Right. So if you're thinking about buying from a site like this, you see those deep discounts. The perfect pictures just manage your expectations. Use a payment method with strong buyer protection, like a credit card, maybe PayPal. And please, read the refund policy first. See where you'd have to ship returns and what they actually promise.
Okay, good advice. And here's something to think about. We heard the site is only a year old. What are those defining traits? The high-quality photos, new domain, hidden owner that signal a too-good-to-be-true site might just disappear soon. Maybe only to pop up again under a different name, something for you to mull over.